So hi guys, today we will talk about deployment, and I want to cover with you guys how you can basically compile your plugin and give it to other developers which don't have access to Visual Studio or don't want to use them. And for that we go into the plugins menu, and then it's very easy because no plugin has this prefix. We use 3 T's, and then we can click on package. And here's a folder which I already prepared, and say I want to use this folder. Then we should see here on the bottom, yes, there it is, that we can click on output log, show output log, and then the Unreal Engine editor will start building the plugin for us, and we should see some issues which we will fix together so that you know how my process basically is to get it working. Here we already see that the TT toolbox has a dependency to ikrig, which is not properly set up. So yeah, the plugin might work but not properly. So we try to avoid warnings and don't avoid them or ignore them basically. Warnings for me are errors. So there could be a potential error which takes you, I don't know, a week to fix, to find out, and so on, and you might get stuck with this issue, and that's why you should fix them. So yeah, this will take some time. So as we already know, this is an issue. We open the plugin file. Let me see where it is. So here we are basically go to the plugins folder, TT toolbox, and we here open the U plugin file. And as we see, here's the description and so on. And yeah, the module which we created, TT toolbox, the stuff we developed, but so far there's no dependencies to the plugin which we need to introduce. If you want to know more about plugins, I will put down a link in the description from this video so that you can read the documentation, official documentation from Epic about this topic. So what we need to do is the following. We need to introduce plugins dependency. So here we need to list in our plugin that this plugin will depend on ikrig. That's how you can do it, and then you say it needs to be enabled. And if we package again, we will see still this issue here. So what it says, platform Android is not a valid platform to build. Check that the SDK is installed properly. So sure, yeah. As I said, I currently only develop this plugin for Windows, so we don't care about Android. What we try to do is the following: go to supported platforms, but I think that's for the game. That's for the game, not for the plugin. So if we package again, sure, it will fail. So what we can do is whitelist our platform we want to support, and that can be done in this way. So we copy this and we say here on the loading phase, introduce new lines, and we say whitelist platforms Win64 and save it again. And then we click on package again. Fail to read. What did I forgot? Oh yeah, here's a comma that's missing. So what is wrong with this thing? With this thing? Oh no, here's not a comma. Here's a comma. Oh, here's the bracket missing. This one basically. So now it should work. So we package again, same folder, and then we wait. So we clear the output log. That's what we get a clean log and see what is going on, what is the issue, what is going on, and so on. And yeah, let's see, it builds. So the warning is gone, which is great. We fixed this. As I said, this was this stuff here. So we said, yeah, we depend on iCarig, which we do because we want to create bone chains with this plugin. So everyone who wants to use us needs to use or needs to enable iCarig, which you will anyways, because that's for retargeting the animation nowadays in Unreal Engine 5. So yeah, it's still C. I don't know why. Sadly, it's a bit slow today. So yeah, what? Oh, so painful. I need new hardware. Definitely new hardware. So it should be done soon. But yeah, I know what issues we will see as well, but I want to show you the process, how to analyze them and how then find a proper solution and also fix them, of course. So here it builds the stuff. Oh, it looks fine, looks fine. And yeah, sadly, new error. So here it says unable to instantiate module Unreal ED. It's basically for Unreal Engine editor. Unable to instantiate Unreal ED module for non-editor targets. So what I do most of the time is just copy this message into the clipboard and raise a new Google search for it. So what I found is this one here. So it says, yeah, I have this issue and so on, so on, and so on, and scroll down and try to find quickly. Oh yeah, here I have this issue, and the guy said, oh yeah, I have notification issues and so on. I tried to enable those, but it didn't work. So yeah, also here, it was not a solution that worked for me. So then I try to use other issues and so on. Maybe this one here. The GitHub stuff is mostly very great, but let's see. Uncooked stuff developer. So it basically didn't help. So then I thought, what tries this error message to say or to tell me? So what is wrong? And then I found out maybe the type of the plugin is wrong, because it says it's a non-editor target, and this here is basically a target. And then I tried to find in the documentation what is going on, and found this enumeration here, because this is basically used for parsing the JSON file which we see on the right here, and this JSON data. And it says, yeah, we have these types of plugins. And if you read for runtime, you will see loads on all targets, except programs. So it does not sound like a editor one. If we scroll down more, we say, or we see, oh yeah, editor loads only when the editor is starting up. So it's only an editor plugin which we currently create, or this module here. And what we can do now is the following. Just copy this string to the clipboard and introduce it here. And then maybe it works. Let's see. So yeah, it's still a bit of journey to get it working all the time. And I will also share the link to this documentation page in the description of this video. And then you will find it more easily if you also want to package your plugin. So what is going on? Still wait. During the meantime, while we wait, we can fill out the plugin stuff more. So this is basically version 2.0. Here we should use version 2, but we cannot change it. That's strange. But we can say the created by URL. For that, I will use my Instagram account, because this is very well known to the community already. And if you don't follow it yet, please do. I share many times a week the current process and which stuff I'm currently working on. And then we will use the documentation URL. That's basically our series currently, how the stuff works. Here we cover everything from start to finish and try to get stuff working. Also, marketplace URL, we will use our release page on GitHub, or that's what I want to use. You can do whatever you want here if you want to publish a plugin to the marketplace basically. And also the support URL. This is new, so if you haven't seen it yet, I will share it immediately as well. If you have issues with the plugin, you can raise their tickets for me. And yeah, that's fine. So we save this and see. Cannot increase this number. This is weird. So let's check what this version is for. So what we can do now is search for U plugin descriptor Unreal, and we should find it. F plugin descriptor, yes. And I want to know what a version is, basically. What is the version? So make it full screen, of course. So we can search for version. Hopefully we find something. Beta version, experimental version, engine version. Version of the engine that is plugin compatible with. This is the engine version. Version number of the plugin. Name of the version for this plugin. So yeah, I want to increase it basically. And for that, I will just stop the editor and hopefully, yes, then we will see the stuff we changed so far. But sadly, we lost our editor stuff here. Or we lost German guy here, and what we need as well is the plugin stuff. So you can also set it in the editor, but I like to work with text file nowadays, so that's fine for me. Category. I don't know which categories are in Unreal Engine, so let me quickly check. Then hopefully the build should be successful of the package plugin. And I will show you then in the next session how we can get this plugin working in a pure blueprint project without touching Visual Studio. That's very interesting for us. So let's go to plugins and search for the category. Which category we want to use? Physics, programming, scripting, testing, text, rendering, performance, physics. Pooh. Is there something with characters? No. Tooling? No. Then let's use scripting. Scripting is nice for me. So let's use scripting. So can we set this up here? I think so. Let me quickly check. Edit. Support. Oh, we cannot. Oh, here's the category. Scripting. Yes. So I think if we save stuff or close the editor, we should see here scripting. So editors updates those files if we close it. Seems to be the case. I'm not very deep into this topic, so if you know if it also changes them immediately, please let me know in the comments below. And I'm already restarting Unreal Engine. So two things I want to go on, and then we are done hopefully and get it working. So let me go to plugins and search for scripting. So here's our TT toolbox, which is great. So here we have also the documentation link. So let me see if it works. So here's the series. Yes, check, that works. And if we look for support, we will see the issue page of the project, which is great. So if you have an issue with the plugin, please raise here a new issue and properly describe what the issue are, and then when I find the time I will look into it. And moreover, if you want to discuss a specific topic, use the discussion sections of TT Toolbox. Then hopefully me or other guys might jump into and we will discuss things. So yeah, but I was talking and forgot to click on the package button. So let me also check. Version has now increased to version 2 and we have version name. So the first version I published was not able to package, but this one should be. So let's see if it works. So what is also interesting, if we go to full screen, here is basically the command line. We will cover this quite in a few seconds or minutes, depends on how long this goes on, which is run to build our plugin. So if you want to build it on the command line, you can do that as well. You don't have to open the editor for that, which is a lot more convenient for automated packaging of your stuff. If you want to dive into continuous integration and continuous deployment. Very interesting topics. So build is successful, and let me quickly check as well that we have a successful package build. So here we have the plugin folder, the plugin file, the binaries which were compiled, and also the source code of it. So that's quite nice. But one thing I want to cover as well. So as you might have seen on GitHub already, in the repository, I have more files like the license and the README file. So I added already a README for you guys. So if you open the code on GitHub, you will see this README and can read it. And there is the advanced locomotion system link, the Git workflow, the series we are working on, how you can contribute to the project, and so on. And this file I want to have it as well in the package build. So how we can do it is the following. If we go to filter plugin, and there we have the possibility to add files. So if you want to know more about it, I will also put down a link in the description below. Hopefully I find one in the documentation. I was just reading this stuff here. I'm not sure if there are more sections which you could add, but this one works really well for my use case. So if you have a more complex use case, you might tinker with it a little bit. What it does basically is copies this license file and this README file to the output folder. So we package again. Yeah, it can take quite some time until you get a package how you want it to be. And then hopefully you will have a nice package for your clients or users. So yeah, we package again, and we can still have a look at the output log so that we know what is going on. And yeah, as we see, packaging already works. So we have this binary file, and in the next video we will cover how we can test if the package works or not in the pure blueprint project. I already prepared it for you guys, so this I will not cover how I prepared it. It's very easy. I will explain in the next video. So what is going on? Also takes some time. So here we now compile stuff, show precompiled headers, engine, CPP files we created in the generated files, and we have the package already done. So let's see. So yeah, finally we have those two files in our plugin as well. So you can copy over files if they are not tracked by Unreal Engine, or you have specific, I don't know, assets or so on which you want to share as well. Then you can use this filter plugin in your file. And yeah, I would say we are done now with the session, and see you in the next one.